Welcome to Miller's Monsters, and this is Urban Legends Cryptid Edition. And I want to talk about probably a very familiar cryptid, and a lot of you probably have heard of this one. But I do want to talk about it today because it ties into something later this year. And that is the Mothman of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Now, in November 1966, they started seeing this Mothman, and he was had red eyes that were about 6 inches apart, 7 to 8 feet tall, and a wingspan of 10 feet, and was described as a gray, muscular man by one eyewitness. And they believe the first sighting was and that's just not right, was in hold on here, there we go. Okay, the first sighting, Clendenin, West Virginia, and that started November 12th, 1966. And there was 3 grave diggers, and they glanced up from what they were doing, and they saw this massive figure going from tree to tree, and they described it as a brown human being. And after that, the next big sighting was in Point Pleasant, when 2 couples in a car noticed a white-winged creature about 6 to 7 feet tall standing in front of the car that they were sitting in, and again, bright red eyes. And it seemed to be avoiding the bright headlights of the car, and obviously they took off in the car, and the Mothman chased them. And gliding in the air, they said they got the car up to 100 miles per hour. Not the car gliding in the air, the Mothman gliding in the air. And he was able to keep up with them. And after they got to the edge of the town, apparently he landed, and he was an awkward runner, and ran into the woods. Now, another claimed sighting was a resident of Salem, West Virginia, and he was getting strange patterns on his TV, so he decided to go out and investigate. And he noticed something in the backyard, showing his flashlight on it, and all he can see was his 2 red eyes glaring back at him. And unfortunately, the dog went to chase these 2 red eyes and never returned. So not too happy with the Mothman here. He broke one of my standing rules, is never harm the dogs, right? I would have to watch Luna very closely if I had a Mothman flying around here, and frankly, I gotta watch her closely if there's the hawks flying around here as well. So there's some of the first sightings of the Mothman. And so, you know, after these hit the papers, there were sightings, 8 or 9 more sightings during the year. And then in 1967, in December, a tragic accident happened, and I'm going to tell you more about that when I come back. And first, take a moment, hit subscribe, ring the bell, hit the like button, set yourself up for notifications so you don't miss another episode, and please tell your friends to like and subscribe as well. Alright, so in 1967, December 15th, the Silver Bridge that was built in 1928 was packed with cars and collapsed. And obviously the building code in 1928 wasn't expecting how heavy cars would be in 1967, and the volume just was too much for that bridge to handle. and unfortunately 46 people met their deaths that day. They falling into the Ohio River or crushed by debris. And so this got tied to the Mothman, as he was he foretold this disaster by his appearance. And to add to that, he wasn't seen after that date, and sparingly he has been seen since then in West Virginia. Also Chicago in the 2000s, I forget the year, said they had a Mothman up there. So, you know, maybe he made the trek up north to Chicago, because the jig was up in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And so, you know, you had those accounts, and so people are trying to explain it away, as they always do. And your critics of this, or skeptics I should say, tend to believe that it was this creature, and it is the sandhill crane. Now this one could stand as tall as a human being. So come here. And had a very large wingspan, and also had red skin around its eyes. So, you know, it's plausible that it could have been that, and it was just out of its natural territory, and these people have never seen one of these before in their lifetime. Now, finally, we get to, man, you're going crazy today here. Finally, we get to the reason why I brought up the Mothman. And Point Pleasant has embraced this urban legend, and in Point Pleasant is a Mothman museum and a 12-foot chrome statue of the Mothman. And also, they hold a festival every year. And except for the pandemic years, they didn't hold it. But this year, it is going on, and I'm going to give you the dates here. And the Mothman Festival this year is September 16th and the 17th. And I plan on going this year to check this urban legend out, to check out the museum and the festival. I love me some festivals. Festival food, oh boy, you can't beat that. But it seems the museum would be very interesting. And the fact that they've embraced this urban legend and used it to bring money into their town. The town itself is about maybe 5,000 people. This festival brings in about 12 to 15,000 people a year. So expect big crowds and a lot of walking, because who knows how close you would be able to park if you went there. So I am going to head there, and I'll bring you some nice video and pictures back. If you happen to be in the neighborhood, let me know. Maybe we can meet up for some of that festival food. And also, on your trip back, if I may make a suggestion, there's a nice little hot dog stand there. And this was on Dinners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and I've always wanted to go there. So when I go there, I'm also going here. Hillbilly Hot Dogs, and that's in Lesage, West Virginia, and nothing to be scared of there, except for the Home Wrecker, which is a giant hot dog with everything but the kitchen sink and the tires to my car on it. So I hope you liked what you saw. Take a moment, hit subscribe, hit like, ring the bell, set yourself up for notifications so you don't miss another episode. And please tell your friends to like, watch, and subscribe as well. I thank you in advance. Luna thanks you. And I will talk to you later.